Every great creative work stands on the shoulders of giants. Welcome to RetroInspection, where we examine and find out where the things we love today came from.
In terms of Scarlet Pimpernel, what do you think? You give it um, a recommendation?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Um, it's not as snappy a read, I would say, as Zorro.
That's
Uh,
right.
but it's also not. But it's not mired in antiquated language. Remember, it's published in 1903, which
It starts
probably
off that way, though. I think I had the. I told you that was having trouble getting through it because the first chapter has nothing to do. Well, it does, but it's told through the eyes, essentially, of these innkeepers who are on the coast of Britain, and they are hosting um, various travelers to and from France.
yeah,
And it isn't until you get to Marguerite, where she's the central focus, that it really picks up, becomes a very easy read.
yeah. Like I said, I don't think it's difficult. I don't think anyone would have any trouble with it.
No, and they don't, they're not, she doesn't do a lot of French. There's not a lot of French in there that would confuse people.
No.
Um, there's, I do like Marguerite. I think she's a great heroine. She is the main focus of the story. The Pimpernel really is, in a lot of ways, just a device for her to show
Yeah,
her in action.
he's drawn more broadly. He is more of a stock character. Um,
And she's not. She is very
no,
much a um, you don't get a sense that she was a French noblewoman, but she was in those circles because she was
right.
famous actress. Um, she is the most beautiful woman in Europe, um, but she's
Sometimes
willing to risk all of that.
now that you're saying that, I begin to wonder if maybe she wasn't copped from Irena Adler from a Scandal in Bohemia, the home story.
Maybe.
Yeah, who's just also an actress and an opera singer, and you know, the toast of the continent and a great
Well,
beauty.
that might have been just
A coincidence.
a device so that she wasn't necessarily placed in the upper class, but
But
she achieved the same kind
adjacent.
of status.
Yeah, yeah, in their company.
And she's quite smart, um, and she's she may not be of the nobility, but she's very noble. She All of her motivation is to protect her beloved brother, who they were both not abandoned by their parents, but almost orphaned,
Yeah,
and they had to protect and care for each other on in Paris at that time.
and the thing of it is, her brother actually is a small R Republican. He supports the revolution, but not the reign of terror.
Right. And that is kind of the uh, Orczy as being a baroness and of the nobility. She obviously is against the treatment of the aristocracy during the French Revolution. She's against that treatment. She and her family fled such persecution.
Yeah,
But she's very much on the side of there is a nobility, and there are people who are granted a higher status because of birth,
Yeah, no, she's not opposed to that idea at all.
Right.
She fully supports, I don't know, unearned social stature.
Right. And so in that way, she's not like, or her characters aren't like, uh, who would be a great revolutionary? Well, I mean, listen, Zorro, he's not against the nobility either. He just wants the
Oh,
nobility to act noble.
he wants, he does not want elimination of that class. He does not even necessarily really want elevation of the class that is ruled over. He just wants reform of his class. He wants rich guys to behave better. But he doesn't want rich guys to not be in charge.
Can we say that Orczy feels the same way?
I think there's probably a reasonable similarity. This was almost certainly an influence on Zorro.
And we'll get to Robin Hood, but Robin Hood is also very much in that vein.
Yeah, he's a fallen noble.
But he's not. But he fights for the lower classes.
Yeah, he's much more reform minded. Yeah,
but he doesn't want to eliminate the king.
No,
He wants to eliminate the corruption.
he wants a good king, right?
And so I think that's where we're at with this. Um, and you know, the main difference, it's except when you take Batman out of say Gotham and place him into a world affair. These kinds of characters are acting through broader strokes. They are not interested in eliminating street level crime. They're interested in eliminating corruption or the crimes of mass crimes.
Yeah.
So in that way, they're different. But I very much like this book. I highly recommend it. It's interesting, and it certainly leads us on down the path of finding Batman and the other superheroes.
Like, subscribe, repost, share everywhere. To see what else we're up to, visit xynobooks.com, xenobooks.com.